Next, I would like to give a warm welcome to Miss X. Miss X will be joining us today and speaking a little bit about her experience as an Iranian. So thank you for being here.
Hi, thank you, Natalie. Thank you for having me, and thank you for including me. And I'm very honored to be on this show today. I am Iranian. I was born and raised in Europe, though. I live currently in Sweden, and I work as a medical doctor. I very much agree with most of the previous speakers. I just wanted to talk a little bit about how the social media portrays and how the society follows a false narrative and like in the society today, basically. And me as a teenager, I started to read a lot of history and about Iran and also about Judaism and Israel, and realized, just like some previous speaker said, that, you know, Persians and Jewish people have been connected for years, helped each other. Even if you go so back to say why Purim is celebrated, it's very sad to see that people want to pin Iran and Israel against each other because of the regime. And I also want to speak a little bit about, because I don't know if the previous ones some of them have lived in Iran. I've never lived in Iran, but I have been to Iran and I've also been to Israel. And I have to say that an experience as a woman living in the Western world, going there with a Western passport, having to follow the rules extra hard, because my mother always used to tell me that, you know, if you get caught, you have a Swedish passport, so they're going to be extra harsh on you. You have to cover up even more. Being very scared in the passport control when you come to Iran. This is my nationality. This is my heritage. I want to be able to go to my country. But also, after the whole Masa Amini, the courage of the Iranian women is just mind-blowing. And it's very important to see, just like another speaker said, that if you want to fight the Islamic terror, Iran is a great example of showing that you can do it. You can stand against a regime, even though they're being raped, even though they're being murdered, and nobody's doing anything about it. Nobody's talking about it, even at this moment when it's still happening. And if I'm going to connect it to Israel, I mean, October 7th, if you look at social media, and I live in a very socialist country. Sweden is a very, very socialist country where people are mostly pro-Palestinian and not really understanding what they're supporting when they are shouting in the streets and when they are posting on social media. But what saddens me the most is that when I see Persian people that were posting against the regime are now posting pro-Hamas and pro-Palestinian, not understanding that these two are connected, that if you are against the regime, you have to be against Hamas, you have to be against Hezbollah. And this is it's mind-blowing. And what we need to do is educate people more. We need to make them understand that the Jewish people in Israel are more connected to the Persian people than the Arabs have ever been historically, and will ever be. If you will look at the map, and if you look at the way the countries are around, the Arab people will never stand behind Iran. Till today, they don't. I think Iran uses their proxies just to get the power, but they also know that they're very scared of, you know, Israel invading or Israel doing anything against them, because they know that the Iranian people inside the country, they stand behind Israel. And I just, what I mostly am concerned about is that this narrative in social media is spreading, and people are not really understanding the background of everything, not really understanding that this is what they want to do. It's a massive brainwashing in the world. And I'm not going to talk too long because I know has been like really drawn out, but all I could wish for is direct flights between Tehran and Tel Aviv. I
Amen.
enjoyed is so much as I was walking the streets of Tel Aviv. I met so many Persian people, and they call it Parsi, and they were so gentle. I had one of the best Persian dishes ever in Tel Aviv. And going to Jerusalem, that feeling of being there, I just wish that more Persians would and more Iranians would just drop that fear and drop that precaution, just go there. It's a beautiful country, and I think that Iran and Israel should be united as one.